Hello. Good morning. Okay. One moment. Okay. Okay. We're getting all set up here. Okay, I think I'm ready. Christian, good morning. Welcome in. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. An interesting point you make. Speaking of on related notes, yesterday I was working on, what was I working on? Allowed item inventory colony sim thingies. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we're gonna want to do some work here. So I got the UI working, I believe. It's not wired up to like any data yet. At least it doesn't seem so. So it was mainly just a big refactor yesterday to get that working. Today, those need to make sounds, first of all, as well. Those need to make sounds. Storage settings. The item incrementer. Okay, let me get acquainted with the day here. Where are these sounds? Sound. Oh, that's not even the button. Interface button. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Click sound, I think, is fine. Just do click sound on these. Okay, so yeah, now we're gonna get these wired up to actually do things. Which means basically this function is what it eventually happens when you click that button. I think this will probably be something that should be done in C++. Handle the plus alls and whatnot. What do I have here? Now the storage settings item, I can't pass that into C++ because it is a blueprint class. That is okay. That is okay. Because I can just pass in the sub members that I need. Mart, oh my god, you're here already. I don't know, this is too early for me. It's too early. Come back in a half hour, Mart. I just started the stream. I don't know if I can handle you yet. I need to do some C++. Yes, hi, Mart. Hello. Okay. Let me at least finish my coffee, please, Mart. Okay, let's write some C++. Where am I gonna put it? Where am I gonna put it? I keep shoehorning everything into my project game mode, and it shouldn't be. I should make some item hierarchy utils, probably, so let's refactor that. Hello, I'm from Indonesia, and it's almost my Pride Day. It's on August 17. Congrats. Okay, let's write some utility stuff here. I have a lot of utility classes, I'm just now realizing. We're gonna add a new one though. I'm from Bangladesh. Yes, smart. I think everyone, we all know. We all know. We all know. You've said that multiple times now. Blueprint function. Oh, there it is. That's what I want. Blueprint function library. This is going to be item hierarchy utils. Yay. Now let's see how badly the blueprints get messed up from moving this stuff. There's not like an easy way to make a core redirector or something that like change signature, rename, save, delete. Yeah, I don't think so. So I think we just gotta like I think we just gotta copy pasta. Okay, let's take this. Take all that. We're moving. We are moving things. Now, no longer is it my project game mode. It is item hierarchy utils. Welcome. Well, except for that. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay, item tagged to row name now is protected, so we can't get to it. Okay. I wonder if I just need a function to just like get that, or if I should just expose it. Expose it. It's like a function or something. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's do a couple functions here. Do a couple functions here. Game data items. Just get. Yeah, this is not actually going to be blueprintable. Get item hierarchy map. Yeah, we can do that. And then I need just to get item tag to row name. And we'll just replace all those. Undo. I need parentheses when you call a function. Programming 101. Okay. Okay. Good item hierarchy map. Yeah, let's not call that every loop. Make a pointer. Interesting. Yeah, what do I do about that now? What do I do about that now? Because, yeah, we are returning a copy intentionally. I mean, I guess I have to, like, yeah, I have to put it outside of it. Auto hierarchy. Yeah, we just have to do that. Which feels a little weird, but it works. It works. Okay. I think we're good now. Now, that's going to absolutely break a lot of blueprints, probably. So, that's going to be fun. Mandyland, good morning. Welcome in. Item data. Do I need to... Can I forward declare, please? No. Not giving me that option. I'm going to try anyway. We're going to try anyway. Gameplay tag, we can import that. That's gonna be fine. Well, it says add forward declaration, so we'll try it. Okay. Arganth, good morning. Welcome in. Morning. I'm almost done with my first coffee, and I think I already need another one. Okay, another function. So let's create a function for, I suppose it's going to be, what do we call it here? I need the tag and the desired inventory items and the new value and the increment also. Probably just void return type because we're just adding. Add tag. What am I calling this? Like add. It's 9 p.m. here. I'll have my first coffee soon. That is crazy. What do I call this function? This is like update desired item. Let's call it that. Update desired inventory items. World context object. Item tag desired inventory items. I also need the all pressed in the new value. Be increment all float new value. I guess I don't know what the delta is though, right? I can get the delta though. I can just get the delta. Okay. I can just figure that out. Okay, so we're gonna need to, first of all, get our hierarchy off the game mode. We just grab that. And then we will just do auto hierarchy map. There we go. Let's just call it hierarchy. And once we're here, if increment all is not pressed, then it's easy. Easy peasy. Desired inventory items just gets set to the new value. Although we need to handle a little bit of more logic. So I need to get like parents and children tags and stuff like that. Okay, let me just, let me write out a little bit of logic, just in comments here. So, I'll say a parent should never have a lower value than its highest, than any of its children. A child should never have a higher value than its parent. I'll say if this happens, inker or decker the parents slash child to match the other. There you go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Already done with my first coffee. Record time. Record time. Okay, let's take a look at the game real quick. Let's see how the game's doing. New seed? We'll do new seed. 469. So good morning everyone, welcome in. For those who don't know, I am working on a video game that is going to be an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. So this is some of the procedural terrain that we are looking at right now. This ain't a bad seed, this ain't bad. I think there's, I think this is ocean. Yeah, so there's ocean right here. That's why it's all flat right there. Here's a little bit of the world. Nice tall mountain there. That's nice to see. Nice to see. Here's the world map. We are in Azure Depths, right next to the Howling Cliffs of the Banshee. And White Peak Summit, which is a swamp. That doesn't make sense. Whisperstorm Ridge. Ironwood Crossing. Runestone Depths. Whispervale Tundra. Starfall Bastion. Cursed Mire. Or Cursed. Cursed Mire? When do you say cursed? I'm the sin of sloth personified, and I just told the teacher... Wait, oh no, you deleted it. Oh wait, you deleted one of them. Okay, hang on, let me see. I'm the sin of sloth personified, and I just told the teacher that I would make a simple 3D game as my mini project. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you'll quickly take my title as the Scope Creep King. Yeah, so here's the world though. I'm thinking something, you know, World of Warcraft minus the MMO plus RimWorld plus maybe a roguelite like Hades or something like that. Could be a good stand-in. You know, make it a little bit of Civilization influence in here as well. A little bit of Legend of Zelda influence in here as well, I'm hoping. I fell. Oops. Now, why are these sticking out of the side of the mountain? They should not be. I guess it's because it's probably completely horizontal, which is interesting. Those should only be underground. Wow. Wow, look at this. I can't wait till I actually get some of these caves fleshed out with stuff. It's gonna look so cool in there. Get the lighting all right. All correct. Yeah, this isn't a bad one. This isn't bad. Wish there was a way for me to get into that zone, though. Add a happy land. Oh, here it starts. It begins. It begins. Mart, first of all, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Said hi. Okay, yeah. Hi, Mart. Hi. Yes, I've said hi already to you. Those don't know, Mart is kind of our mascot. Mart is the physical embodiment of a YouTube Shorts chatter. He's back. He is. Yeah. Already, it's too early for me. I might need to go get another coffee, like right now. Can't wait to base build here. Drinking coffee, getting ready to practice some coding. Hell yeah. Me too. Me too on all fronts. I am getting ready to do some coding as well. But yeah, I think the procedural terrain will create some really like interesting landforms to like build bases around and stuff like that. And so I want like base raids, so you can like kind of use choke points and stuff like that, and potentially be some really fun tactics therein. Like how this looks. Plan on having different biomes. Yeah, for sure. So each different color on the world map would be, it's theoretically a different biome. But I only really have 2 built right now, so they're all pretty samey looking, but in terms of what's actually spawned. Let's try a new seed. 469, we're up to 470 now. Got this like nice little horseshoe area here. This looks like Florida. Oh, they got a nice little like cove here. Interesting. Happy Land is a forest where yellow giggle balls are here. Okay, yeah, Mart, I will. Yeah, let me just get right on putting that in the game for you. Just for you. Just for you, Mart. Yes, I will make whatever I think a yellow giggle ball is. And I will put it in the game. This is a kind of a boring seed. It's all... So here's my, like, meadows biome. This is the other biome, but it looks pretty samey, you know. Nothing too crazy. $471. Okay, ocean, bad seed. There's a little bit over there, but... Oh, really? You're gonna fail on me? You're gonna fail on me? Yep, okay. Gotta restart. I just Ghost, welcome in. Good morning. Okay, so I guess we get to see how much this breaks blueprints. I guess we get to see. Okay, let's write some code now. Alright, so with the hierarchy, I suppose I need to get the parent. I need to recurse through the parent tags and the child tags every time so that I can get the values. So let me sneak some of this code here. So yeah, we need to do this. A little bit of this. Well, I can get item hierarchy tag children. At least I can make a function for getting the parents as well. But I mean, parents is easy though. There's like a built-in function for that actually. So we'll do this. Auto child tags equals get item hierarchy tag children. I don't need to pass in desired items there. We want child tags. Child tags. Returns an int that I don't care about. Don't need to know the depth really. Okay, so we have child tags. Let's get parent tags too. It'll just be this. Item tag, get parent tags. Okay, so I have parent and children here. Coco, please don't feed Mart. Please don't. He's insatiable. Okay, so we have the parent and the children. So for each parent tag, they should all be in the map, right? If not, well, I need to find or add, right? Unless it's 0. New value, wait. We're gonna have to rebuild because I messed up the signature there. I don't know the in-stream chat meta. Long story short, Mart is our mascot for he's the physical embodiment of a YouTube Shorts chatter, which Coco, you're not that far off either, based off your short but sweet chat history. Are you making Happy Land? No. Does it look like I'm making Happy Land, Mart? So we're on part 3 of the Legend of Mart right now. Let me see how bad this messed everything up. Let me see how badly we messed everything up. Mart comes in here and he demands me to make things for him. He said, do this. Give me this. I say, Mart, not very nice of you to just demand things of someone like that. You could form it as a question. Or, you know, it's not really what I'm here for. I'm not here to just do what you want, right? It's not what I'm here for. He doesn't understand. He just keeps, no matter how much you try to explain to him that, you know, it takes a lot to make a game and to do the things that he's saying, and that he doesn't really even understand what he's saying. And, you know, that there are nicer ways to say it. It doesn't matter. He still just does it anyway. So... At least I have a number 2 crown, so I win. I wouldn't ask anything of you, sir. You could definitely ask. See, that's the nice way to do it. That's the thing. Mart doesn't ask. I've never seen Mart ask anything. He only demands it. He makes demands. He makes commands. That's the problem. He's remarded. Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, what broke? Did I break anything? Or did it all... Oh, I would be so happy if that just wired up correctly. Okay, let's see. Oh, that actually looks like it... Uh-oh. Oh, God. Yeah, it did break. It did break. Okay. Where's my area panel? Process leaf tags. Wait, why did that one break? Is that even getting called? Is the question. It is. Okay, so why doesn't it, oh, because I took the... Oh, I took the refresh off. Yeah. Okay, let's assume it works. Is this your own game you're developing? Yes. Are you developing an Unreal Engine? Also, yes. It's an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. So here's the, there's a little bit of proc gen here. Picked a random seed, basically. There you go. This one's kind of boring. Kind of, you know, pretty flat. We do have another type of zone right there. Nothing too crazy on this one. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, so here's the world map in each one of these. Oh, this is a massive zone, isn't it? Massive. The Arrow of Truth. Whisperwind Vale. Shadow Silk Forest. Emberglow Wastes. Midnight Bloom Glade. Stormvale Plateau. What is the game about? Is it missions? Question mark. Battle? Question mark. Those are both very generic concepts. Missions and battle. Like I said, it is an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite. And so I'm thinking it's going to be more so open world RPG, where you go around and you pick a class to play, and each class has unique abilities. That is a big map. It is a big map. Do you need really good PC specs for this? For game development, yeah, I would say you would need better than average but I guess it's possible on any architecture. But how much long to make Happy Land right now? Well, that's the first question I've seen you ask, Mart. Actually. Well, no, it's not, because you did ask me what I was doing every 5 minutes yesterday. So I guess I lied when I said he's never asked a question. The only thing he's asked is, what are you doing? And he asks it every 5 minutes. Mart, I'm not making Happy Land. This is a fantasy RPG, like high fantasy vibe game. Well, that's a neat little, I like that little like this little tunnel here. So yeah, this is a more interesting seed. But, you know, pick a class, you'll level up, you'll pick from random 3 abilities every few levels and start building out your character. I see what you mean about Martin. I've just got here. I'm praying for you. Thank you. I need all... give me your energy. I need all of your energy today. How do you drink your coffee? Usually with my mouth. Through a straw. How do you create the seeds? Well, the seed is just a number input into the random generation to make it deterministic. Right, so it's similar to Minecraft. Mart, maybe you should make your own game. And you'll understand more about what you're saying. Please make it. Well, there's a please, so we're getting there. He's getting slightly more polite. Did you learn this in university courses? No, I dropped out of university. Okay, a little bit of combat here. Oh god, it's a caster. These guys are actually kind of hard. Oh, he's gonna get me. Yeah, he got me. Okay. He killed me. Mart, if you go to sleep, you can dream about Happy Land. Just go to sleep, Mart. Careful, Mart. He might hurt himself in his confusion. You know, it's kind of to that level. So yeah, the green guys are colonists, and you can like recruit them to your colony and have them do stuff for you. I've got AI generated quests as well, so we can I'll generate a quest there. Oh, this guy's 0 years old. Okay, that's going to be an interesting interesting quest there. Oh, and I lost all of my... Who are you? Okay, you're also 0 years old. I need someone that actually has a background to generate a quest for. Can I walk up this mountain? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there I am. Yay. Okay, yeah, this mountain is a little unsurmountable. There we go. Okay. Okay, here's a 34-year-old male tiefling warrior. So let's get you to generate a quest. Generate quest. Okay. 34-year-old male tiefling warrior who is skeptical but charismatic. His name is Zev. So Zev always questioned everything, never taking anything at face value. They became a charismatic warrior, skilled at rallying others to their cause. Through their skeptical nature, it makes it hard for them to fully trust anyone. So let's see what quest he got. I guess it's still generating. Did I generate one? Add enemy that has gun. No, Mart. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do anything you say. And as a matter of fact, even if you say something that I was going to do anyway, I will probably not do it just because you said it now. Sir, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior? Mart, there we go. Okay, we got the quest back. So I was sending out an API request, dumping my entire item database and stuff and everything spawned in the world in there. Apparently I'm a priest. So this guy says, all right, priest, I've been hearing whispers of strange occurrences out near the Whispering Cairns. Locals are spooked, livestock disappearing, unsettling silence in the woods, that sort of thing. My little sister, Kyra, lives out that way. Helps her husband with the farm. I rode out there a few days ago, and the atmosphere was thick. Oh shit. Even I felt it. Something ain't right. I need someone to go out there, someone who can see beyond the obvious, someone who can tell me if it's just bandits, a wild griffin, or something worse. Got the stomach for it. And so the AI model returned a JSON object that I was able to deserialize, and I put into C++ structs and stuff like that. And so this is like the quest log here on the left, and it's encoded like the quest objectives, which are to go talk to Kyra and Alara, which I'm pretty sure are both names that are spawned into the world somewhere, so I think I grabbed those from the prompt. So I will unsubscribe. I think that would be better for everyone, yeah. Oh no, I know, right? The Mart subscription is a hard-earned subscription. I guess I need to explore their farm and then talk to Zev Thorn, which is this guy. Let's see what other dialogue. Tell me more about your sister. She's always been a bit softer than me, got married young, settled down, happy enough, I think, just worried about her. What exactly should I be looking for? Anything out of place, tracks that aren't animal tracks, signs of struggle, and listen. Listen for anything that doesn't sound natural. I will investigate the whispering Karens. Get out there, priest. Okay. Yeah, so that's one example of, bye-bye. Oh, thank God he's gone. Oh. The Legend of Mart, the saga ends. Something tells me that the Legend of Mart is not over, though. Something tells me that. Will we get a part 4 tomorrow? What tech stack do you use as a software engineer? I've used many in my day. In The Witcher, we would end up finding a werewolf. Yeah, that is that kind of quest there. And the AI always generates those types of quests where it's like, oh, there's something more, something's wrong, go figure it out. So I feel like they're all kind of witchery type quests. It's just the problem would be like actually getting that to like be encoded into the world and grounded in the world. Like how would I code in missing livestock? You know what I mean? Like that would be kind of difficult. His sister's single? No, he said she settled down. She settled down young, which is kind of a weird detail to add, but yeah. Okay. How long is it gonna? Well, place your bets on how long it takes for Mart to show back up. I hear if you say his name 3 times in the mirror, he'll appear in your chat. I'm too scared to try it out myself, though, so. Wee. Okay, time to get some work done. Apparently not. Okay, rebuild. Back to working on the tag hierarchy stuff here. Okay, so for each parent tag, I need to go through and check the, well, let's make a little boolean for like bool b remove equals basically new value. Remove is less than or equal to 0, basically. Mart, no, God, no. Ban him. You're gonna get banned. Mart. He's gonna show up now. I'm calling it. Okay, so for each parent tag, I need to remove. Hi, what are you doing now? I love your streams. Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming in, guy. I'm working on... Let's show the UI here. Go to the test level. I'm working on allowed item settings for a colonist. So I'm working on like actually wiring up the UI to data and updating that. So we'll get this guy to join our colony. So probably a little bit hard to see on YouTube Shorts. Sorry about that. But I got this little interface here where I can specify the, we'll do this. There we go. So I got this little UI here. that I can expand and contract, and I need to be able to plus and minus values here. So that's what I'm working on. And there's some specific logic for it that I need to nail down. But since we're here, let's go ahead and wire up the new function here. So let's do, yeah, it's update desired inventory items. Update desired inventory items. That should not be pure. That should not be blueprint pure. Oh, no, no. No, it should not. New value, increment all, and then, oh, and desired item tags. Desired inventory items. Yeah, that should be a U param as well. And item tag will be this guy. Okay. We will need to rebuild once again. Spirit of Mart. The spirit of Mart lives on. Mart is now within all of us. A bit of Mart was passed on to all of us that day. Thanks, I hate it. Anyways, parent tag. If B remove, I'm just going to, for each one of these desired inventory items, if B that was a really nice guess there, AI. But yeah, in the B remove if statement, I did not want to add things there. I know that was probably a difficult one to figure out. Okay, now let's do for each child tags. If B remove. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. If it contains the, we really just need to find or add, really, is the easier way. Find or add, child tag, value, new, well, I don't necessarily know. Find or add. Is there one with just, yeah, there is, okay. And so this is going to be, going to return value type, which is a float ref. If game no work, make work. Yes, yeah. I think they have a checkbox for that coming out in 5.7 in the new update. Yeah, I will need to do this. So for parent tag, if value I need to figure out the delta here too. So let's get the float previous value as well. It'll be desired inventory items, find or add item tag. And it's okay that we do a find or add, even though we may delete this. Float delta equals new value minus previous value. Turning cock, you made it over to the other side. You have, I see that. What's it like? On the red side, not the purple side. Did you give your opinion on the Mutahar Some Ordinary Gamer debacle? I'm not familiar with either of those words. Okay, new value minus previous value. Yeah, that'll be the delta. That'll be the delta, so I know if we're adding or removing. I don't know if I'll need to know that, but in case I do, it's there. At the very end, I think what we're going to do is do this thing. So if B remove item tag, else desired item inventory items tag new value. Okay, so if b increment all, value plus equals, it would be the delta. That's what we need the delta for. Coffee refill. Oh, good for you. I'm probably gonna do one of those not too far from here, from now. Okay, man, I've not seen the Chosen One yet and basked in the glory of the channel mascot. Oh, you just missed him. You just missed him. He was in here bright and early, and I was not ready. I hadn't even finished my coffee, and he was in here. And he said he was unsubscribing, so we're all mourning the loss. I think we're all in a grievance state at the moment. Yep, I know. It's sad to see him go. I guarantee he'll be back tomorrow. Guarantee it. I need you all to keep Mart in your thoughts and prayers throughout the day. You know, before you go to bed, just pray for Mart. Hope he's okay. He won't learn a damn thing, but just hope he's okay. Okay. Value plus or equal delta. Otherwise, if we're not going to increment all, I just need to check if child tag value just an opinion for the increasing and decreasing buttons in the inventory settings, and I know they're not the final look, but it could be oh, you're doing the less than or greater than symbols. Yeah, instead of plus all minus all. That's a good idea. Yeah, definitely not final look. I was just trying to get something passable, but I don't know if it's very clear that like the double greater than or less than, like, I don't know, for me, what that says to me as a user is saying that it's going to increment it more. Yeah, the double less than or greater than is like, you know, +5 or something, or +10, whereas like the single one is +1. And I wanted to be a little bit more clear that it's actually going to increment all of the ones underneath it, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure what a good UI for that is. But yeah, we'll have to play around with it for sure. But anyways, else if value of the child tag is greater than a parent tag. Oh boy, this is gonna be kind of rough. I got hiccups and I assumed Mart would cure me. Look, he's not the gospel, okay? He's the mascot. He doesn't have superpowers. Do I need to do another pass over each one? Each child and parent? Okay, so we're gonna parse the parent tags. Value equals new value. Value equals new value, and then if okay, let me read my comment again. A parent should never have a lower value than any of its children. A child should never have a higher value than its parent. It's direct parent, right? Yeah. If this happens, increment or decrement the parent child to match the other. So I think it actually makes more sense to do child first. Because then I can check the children here. Or would I have to get the highest child? We're in a single like slice of the hierarchy here. So like I have a tag. I can get the child and the parent. Okay. So maybe I should just keep track of the highest child. And then set the parent to that, like do a max or something. Reminds me of movie editing software where 1 is 1 frame and 2 or 3 is like skip to the end. Yeah, I guess it's different because it's a hierarchy, right? It's not a linear set of data that you can move through. And so like a 2 or 3 to me just says like increment it more. Increment this part of the hierarchy more, not increment all of the children. So yeah, it's not super clear either way, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. But tooltips can help alleviate that problem. I think to do this reconciliation, first of all, let's just like return here if we don't have a game mode. So I guess I need to know what I have the new value. I have the new value for the tag. Maybe I should do this part first. So we've saved the previous value in the delta, then we can edit the value. We go through the children. We need to check if B remove. B remove. New value. Less than or equal to 0. If it is 0, yeah, I would want to remove all the child tags because we can't have a child that is higher than the parent. So really it's just like for all the children, if value, if that value is less than, let's call this child value. If the child value is greater than the new value, then we need to set child value equal to new value. Then maybe we just, at the end here, maybe we do something like this. Because we may have accidentally added it. I'll just say if child value now is less than or equal to 0, desired inventory items remove child tag. Okay, is that correct? Find or add child tag for each child. If we're going to increment all, yeah, if we're incrementing all, then I get, because it already would have been in a reconciled state, that is okay. So if we're incrementing all or decrementing all, I don't think that we would ever need to adjust any of the child or parent values. Yeah, that makes sense. Ever made an app for the phone? Yes, I've made several. Plan 2, question mark. I'm not sure what you mean by plan 2. But yeah, I used to be, I did a lot of React Native work back in the day. So I made several apps for businesses back in my consulting days. Okay, so I think this logic is probably pretty similar. So let me think about this. Except it should be all this parent value. The parent. So we've reconciled all the children already. And if I'm adding, I mean, really it's just like if new value is greater than, yeah, so else if parent value is less than new value, parent value equals new value. Yeah, I think it's the same logic. Just flip it. And yeah, if we're incrementing all, it would already be in the reconciled state. And it would be delta. It's less than or equal to 0. We're going to remove it. If B remove, and we're only using that once, really, so. Previous value. So really just, yeah, just do add. Well, we already would have find or add. Find or add. We don't have it with the new value, though. And let's just do if Oxy. Please be good. Remove item tag. Yeah, okay, so we can get rid of that. Put that there. What is happening outside right now? Jesus Christ. You'd think the world was ending. You'd think the world was ending. Am I being dramatic? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Doesn't make it any less distracting for my doggos. I think this looks fine. This looks fine. Let's go ahead and rebuild this so we can get the new signature here. Is it coffee time? I think it might be coffee time. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some more coffee while that builds. BRB. Appreciate your patience. I'm back with coffee and newfound motivation. So we are going to need to go to the NPC. Here we go. Here's our thing. Here's our thing. Wire that up. Okay, let's what is this? Desired inventory items is read only. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I can't say that I have Voxnal. I cannot say that I have. Okay, so I guess I need to make it blueprint read write, which is kind of annoying. I just did that building. I could just pass the inventory data to it. Or I could just pass the world context object or the entity context object. I'm just gonna do that. We're just gonna do that. Okay, we gotta change this once again. I did not know that was a thing. Okay, item hierarchy utils. First of all, we need to flip these values. Flip those values around. This is now going to be entity context object. And then I do need to get the entity. So this, we're going to take that away, I guess. So we need the game mode. And then we need entity interface. If there is no entity interface or the entity is not valid, I don't need to log there. I just want to return. Just return. And why are you mad at me? Why can't I? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. View inventory, entity data, game mode, blah 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 blah. I don't need that. I do need to get to use my entity subsystem. Yeah, do that. We can just use the context I mean, game mode is fine too. Game mode is fine too. Okay, so if there is no inventory data, return as well. What are we making here? You're live, randomly popped up. I'm working on a video game. It's gonna be an RPG, Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. Right now I'm working on some colonist inventory settings. Okay, I think we're good to go there now, so let's rebuild. Okay, good to go there. Rebuilds a lot faster now that it's not on the game mode. Awesome, keep it up. Love indie devs. AAA currently are too greedy. I agree. I think indie games are, on average, a lot. Well, I don't know what the average is, but there's a lot of good indie games out there, I'll say. There are also just a lot of indie games in general, so maybe the average isn't actually that good, but indie is good. I'll just leave it there. Okay, so we can just go straight over there. There we go. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't know if we'll need to update or do a refresh on the hierarchy. Show me your inventory. Okay. Let's look here. Let's look here. Okay. It has done nothing. Okay, hang on. Okay, weapon is now 3. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's see if we can put the regenerate all entries on there now. No, we can't. I don't know why. I believe this is the same thing that was happening before. We were unable to find the item for this widget. Yeah, okay. Can we get through that, or? Detected a critical error. Item to widget map length does not match widget map to item. It's often because the same item is in the list more than once. Why would that be the case? Just spam continue. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get through that. So we will just rebuild. Burn pineapples, welcome in. Good morning. It's a lot of lines of code. Keep up the good work, my man. Thank you. Only you knew the half of it. It'd be nice to see my lifetime stats on lines of code. That'd be interesting. I hope I see that when I get to the pearly gates. God's gonna be reviewing my commit messages and be like, dude, these suck. Like, I'm sorry, God. Or if I go to hell, I'll have to like debug my own code for eternity, you know? Okay, what do I want to do about this now? What do I want to do about this? So... C++ looks scary. I think blueprints look scary. So to each their own, I suppose. Each their own. Yeah, so the regenerate all entries, it has issues. And it was saying that we should... It'll be released and regenerated. In other words, receive on entry released. Let's see. Okay. I think it was telling me that I should just like manually update them. And so I'm wondering if I should do something like... Let me think here. If I can go, let me get my ducks in a row here. HUD, NPC, storage settings, entry, item incrementer, inventory, put that there. Same with that. Building panel. Okay. So on the entry, we receive this part. And so I suppose I could set the widget on the item. Entry widget. We could do something like that. And then when an update happens, I can do get widget, get entry widget, and then I can call some function on there, which maybe just indent entry with itself, just to like reset everything. Would that do it? Have you seen those marble sand table things where the ball draws a design? Like the pendulum kind of thing? Me and my dad are building one with a Raspberry Pi and CNC controller, and the code is intimidating. That sounds fun, though. Sounds like a fun project for you guys to do. Infinite loop detected. Okay. All right. All right. Immediate failure. Okay. I guess it's because I set the value here, right? Which emits a change. I'm gonna assume that's why. Let me see if it still does it on the area panel. No, it doesn't do the infinite loop, but it also doesn't even update the thing either. Let me just double check and make sure that we're gonna see what the settings are. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, the settings are right, so it doesn't even work. It doesn't even update them. Doesn't even update them. Okay, let me think. Dude, this tree view is gonna be the death of me, I swear. Did you change your Twitch name again? No, never have. So I haven't now, and I haven't in the past either. What makes you think that? Yeah, I don't know what else there is to do. I may be thinking of someone else. I think you might be, yeah. Didn't want to say it, but I think you might be. I have always been my drong. And so the allowed storage settings should be the updated values, right? So what I have to do, I I might, let's see that. I might do, what am I trying to fucking say right now? Okay, breakpoint that. Okay. Don't remove the R from your name. Yeah, that's the joke 14-year-old me just thought was super funny when I created the World of Warcraft character with the randomized name. Okay, so I am going to click, right, we have the proper allowed settings. So let me check it. I'm gonna check here. Allowed settings is not in scope. Wonderful. Item, storage settings widget, allowed storage settings. So it's here. It's here. I have the updated values. Why is the checkbox state unchecked? Oh, because I'm only updating the one, not all of them. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I need to update the parent and the children. Ugh. Your YouTube name is My Drongy, though. I know, I couldn't do My Drong. I think it was taken or something, which is weird. Like, I think it shows up as My Drong, though. Or does it show up as My Drongy? It's like you have the name and then you have like the channel tag or whatever, right? Which are like two different things. Yeah, like, so it's My Drawing here, but then the actual handle or whatever, that which has to be unique, is My Drawing. So yeah, that's a thing. I have to go. Good luck. Yeah, good luck with your project as well. Okay. So yeah, the problem is I'm not updating the entire hierarchy for what it needs to be. Moxie, bad. And then, yeah, this needs to not emit a change event. Oh my god. I fucking knew it. You couldn't stay away, could you, Mart? How long was it, huh? How long was it? 30 minutes? 45 minutes? He's back. Now you come crawling back. Yeah, I suppose you want to sub to me now, huh? Yeah. Hi, Mart. Hi, Mart. Yes, hi. Hello, hi. I knew he would be back. I fucking told you guys he would be. Linger. Who said his name 3 times? Was that you, Voxnell? Yeah, Voxnell, this is your fault. Checkbox. Yeah, get the... okay, so I can... It's not too bad to call it on all the children of the entry item. I'm back. Yes, we've acknowledged that. Yes. He's back. Yep. Here's Johnny. No, here's Mart. This is Mart. This is Mart. That's me. That's me. I'm terrified. Mart, no. Jesus Christ, she's screaming. Jesus. I never watched this scene in its entirety. She's really screaming, huh? Yeah. Mart, no, please. Here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Oh God. That except here's Mart. That's what I'm feeling right now. Here it is. Yes, Mart. Yes, very good, Mart. Yeah, so I need to update all the parent and the children manually, I guess. I heard she thought it's real. Like, that's why she was screaming so much. God damn, she was doing... If you thought it was real, why wouldn't you just stab him in the face right there? She had a knife. You know what I mean? Just stab him in the face. Little stabby stabby never hurt anyone. The problem is, I guess I need to keep track of the parent and the children and everything as well, which is kind of frustrating. So I have the children on here, but I don't have a reference to the parent. And I guess maybe I do now. So if we have the parent, I need to build that there. What are you doing now? It begins. Okay, Mart, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I will tell you what I'm doing. What I expect from you, Mart, is to listen carefully so that you don't have to ask that again in 5 minutes, okay? Are we on the same page so far? Does that make sense? Okay, so what I am doing is I am working on some desired inventory settings for colonists so that a player can say to the colonist, hey, I want you to keep these certain things in your inventory. And so there is an item hierarchy for my game, and you can add or subtract how much of certain types of items you want in the colonist's inventory. So I'm working on that. I have the UI built. I have the data updating. The UI is not updating though. So I'm trying to get the UI to update properly. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Okay? Does that make sense, Mart? Okay, so I guess when I actually build the item, I need to add the parent. Yes, I need to put the parent as expose on spawn. Expose on spawn. So refresh this. Parent. I need to pass in the parent here. You call me Jade. Your name's Mart, and it's always going to be Mart, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do to convince me otherwise. I'm sorry, just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Okay, now here's a problem, because now the build children, I guess I need to put children on there afterwards. So parent item goes in there, but then the parent for this would be this guy, which is backwards. We have to do this post haste. Add child, go there, boom, boom. Okay. God, the noodles are getting a little uggo. God, look at. Okay, do something like do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do hit me with one of these guys here. There we go. Okay. So let's now no longer expose children on spawn for the item. Expose on spawn, false. Okay, so now the parent item can be null. It can be null. In this case, there is no parent. Okay. So what I need to do then is on the storage settings, where is it? Here. I need to get children. I guess I need a function for this, like update. Yeah, we need like update item. Pass it in a storage settings item to update. So I need to get parent. And for each one of these, I need to do like get widget entry, something like that. Yes. Get widget entry. Update item widget. Call it that. That's a better name. Widget, and then we do init entry with this. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, get children. Well, now we need to, for each parent, for each children, we need to recurse. So I need to do item to update. Well, no, we do this, right? We do this. Yeah. And then I need to update item widget on the parent. And also for each child, well, we need to do a validated get. So we'll do that at the end. If it's valid, update it. So go through each child, update item widget as well. Okay, there's our code. Yeah. I'll say recurse through children. Recurse through parents. What are you creating? A video game. RPG Colony Sim Roguelite is what I'm going for. With procedural terrain. So here's, we got some people in here. Welcome in, people. Here's some, we'll show the procedural terrain off here for a bit. 474. I'm working on item storage settings for the player to tell the colonist what they want to keep on them. But here's the actual world. Here's my procedural terrain algorithm doing stuff. This isn't a super interesting seed, but we do have multiple zones here. I do surround my zones with border mountains. They kind of make them distinct different zones. So kind of going for like a World of Warcraft type vibe when it comes to zones, not so much like Minecraft or Valheim where they kind of seamlessly blend from one to another, but more World of Warcrafty where there's like a specific entrance and exit to each zone. So here's the world map. I'm generating a radius about like this big right now is what we're seeing. And right now we are in the Assassin's Hideout of Silence. The second circle of hell is right next to us. Moonspire Reach, right there. Ironclad Peaks, Void Gazer's Lair, Widow's Peak, Thornwood Maze, Sablewood Thicket, Broken Shard Coast, Maelstrom Reef, Stormwreck Coast. These are all like AI-generated names for these zones here. And I have no zone entrance chunks over here. But these white dots are the entrances, and now go coding. God damn it, Mart. Mart, I don't do what you say. No matter what you say, I will not do it. We've been over this, Mart. I am not yours to command. Yeah, the flow of the game is going to be like, you'll run through the world, and you'll start recruiting colonists, and you'll be leveling up, and you can start doing the building system, and you can build a little base and build defenses. Your base might get attacked or raided by some other NPC ran colonies, and you're trying to like build your colony while also go out and explore kind of vibe. We got some nice underground caves here. Nothing super interesting in them yet, but I will put like ore and monsters down here and stuff like that. Got stuck there for a second. This is a kind of interesting cave system, actually. Some guys down here. And then we have AI-generated quests as well, which, I don't know if there are any guys here that actually have names that we can generate a quest from. There's another guy over here, right? Where was he? I don't know, can I even get back up there? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Oh, there's the guy. Yes, Lachlan Shadow. Okay, let's see what quest this guy has for us. Okay, Lachlan Shadow. Generate quest. Okay, so I'm sending an API request to the Gemini API. Lachlan Shadow is a 23-year-old male elf shaman. Persis, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Lachlan Shadow, 23-year-old male elf shaman who is intelligent and fragile. Lachlan's childhood was marked by strange visions and eerie occurrences, isolating him from his peers. As he grew, Lachlan learned to control his powers through the experience felt, though the experience felt left him. God, I can't even read. Though the experience, what happened here? No, I was in the middle of a quest. No, in the middle of a demo. Oh, interesting. So the quest response was invalid. Okay, so we can read the quest that we got here. Very impressive work here. Just curious, how did you make the map system? So the first thing I do is I just like generate some gradient noise from a material, and it's just, you know, that's like your kind of Perlin noise, simplex noise, and that you know, kind of looks like a cloud map or something if you've never seen it before. So it's just a white and black gradient texture basically, and then I run a Voronoi algorithm on top of that, and I kind of relate those two things to each other. So like the pixels on the texture relate to coordinates within the Voronoi algorithm, right? And so I put that Voronoi basically in memory. I put that Voronoi on top of the noise, the white and black noise, and then I start assigning colors to each Voronoi cell. And then that starts connecting what'll be the zones into interesting shapes, right? Everything of the same color is like the same zone, right? And so once that's done, then depending on the resolution of my world, right? Like how many pixels do I want in the texture? Each pixel is a terrain chunk, essentially, is what I relate them to. That's how I do that. And so I can pick each pixel from the texture and get like what zone it's in or what Voronoi cell it belonged to and what color it is. That color would relate to some biome definition that I have. And then I would roll the dice for the different terrain parameters for each zone at that point. And so it's kind of like a few, several different layers of things on top of each other. What is your first ever stream? Mart, you just go look on YouTube. Just go look at the channel. My first ever stream should be on there. Actually, I don't know if I saved it or not. But I have a quest objective here. Let me see. Can I get the... Oh, here's the quest handle. Okay. Oh, I have a prerequisite quest in here. Okay, prop contents, use data. Here we go. The lingering shadow. The glade feels cleaner, but not healed. Oh, this is a chain quest. So this was like quest number 2. And I guess we got here and quest mob data dot class get class path name. So yeah, we just did null here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna fix this up a little bit. Hello, Ryder. Thank you. If there is no class or we can't find it, found mob data. Wait, what am I doing here? But I'm gonna resolve the class anyway. I mean, yeah, if I don't have a class here or success, I should just skip all of this, right? Get mob data for quest mob. Yeah, that looks like Mart's here as well. Yep, he's been in and out. Art has been in and out. Yeah, let's do something like this. I'm just gonna wrap this just as a shoehorn. If success or class. Oh, this is like an objective. Yeah, we need to skip here. So if success, if no success and no class, just continue. I would think. Yeah, okay, let's rebuild from here. That should be good enough to just not crash again. But yeah, there is a little bit of the game. There's a little bit of the game. And so part of the game, the Colony Sim side of things, the player, the colonists can do like different tasks for you. I have construction working, I have foraging working. I was going to work on hauling. You know, taking different items to, you know, you can forge for things, but then the colonists just put them in their inventory, and it's like, how do they know where to take those, right? You want them to put it in some sort of colony storage. And I realized when I was starting to work on that, I was like, you know, I need to know what the player wants the colonists to keep on them, because you may want them to hang on to like a couple potions or something, or some tools, you know. If they're going to be cutting wood, you want them to hang on to an axe or something, right? So that's what I'm working on now, and I'm hoping to finish that up today, and then tomorrow maybe actually work on the hauling task. Okay, so what have I done? Have I actually tested? Oh no, I need to wire it up here. Hang on, we need to go in here. Update widget, update item widget. And honestly, that I mean, this is fine. This is fine. Let's do a validated git here, just in case. Just in case. And then we can change this to a sequence. Do something like that. Okay. Okay, now that's a little prettier. Let's see if that works for updating all of the entries here, the widget entry things. Okay, we have the correct storage. Infinite loop detected. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Why would that be the case? Why would that be the case? Oh, because I'm updating the parent. Yeah, so that does make sense. That does make sense. If each one is going to recurse. Yeah. So I need one that's only update item widget children and one that's only update item widget parents. I want to move these onto the item itself. I think it's a better place for these. Let's say update parent widgets. And I'm going to go here. And I am going to, let's get parent, get widget entry. I would init entry here with itself. And then how would I keep going? I would want to call parent update parent widgets. Yeah, so that's it there. That's the juice. Update all the parent widgets. That will recurse through and get them all. I need to do a validated change, convert to validated get, because it will be null at some point when we get to the root. If that's valid, we do that. Yep. And might as well do this as a validated get just to make sure. Just to make sure. Do a sequence. The noodles are a little ugly. The noodles are a little ugly. It works though. Theoretically. Theoretically it works. Okay, update parent widgets. Beautiful. Let's do update children widgets. Okay, so I need to do a for each on the children. For each children. Update, no, get entry widget. Let's convert that to a validated get. If it has, well, we need to do another sequence here for later. If we have an entry widget, init entry with itself. And then what we do is we get its children. And update children widgets. Is that it? I think that's it. This is a fascinating, silly question. Can this be used in business application development? Like, is it technically possible? Sure. But I don't think that's something that you would want to do. I think there are better tools for that job for the most part. There is, Unreal Engine has a whole, like, architectural visualization tool, though. So that's kind of a more businessy use case that it can fulfill. But yeah, I don't know that you would need a whole game engine just to do some business application, unless you're trying to do something like... It's more for like film and anything where you might need to like visualize something in 3D space. It might be useful for. But yeah, most of business development is just like a web app will a web app will get you there, you know. But welcome in everyone. Good morning. I'm working on a video game. It's going to be an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. This is one small section of terrain. It's a little boring. This one's a little boring. But here's the world map. So we have these different distinct zones. You know, ideally distinct zones. Let's get a new seed. I don't like that one. 476. We're bound to get some completely flat ones here soon. Okay, here's another seed. Oh, we got a nice big cave here. The underground caves were a massive pain to figure out. Now that I got them figured out, they're good. Very nice. Yeah, this is a pretty flat... Yeah, this is a pretty flat one too. So also not super interesting. It does do a nice job of showing the gradient between altitude, but... 476, 477. Okay, so here's my completely flat ocean one. So yeah, spawned in the middle of the ocean here. 478. Another ocean. 479. Okay. Here's an interesting one. There we go. There's some nice big mountains there. Look at that. Look at that. There's an impressive procedurally generated zone. The mountains make the proc gen look great. I do have to say so. Who did the detail of the map? That is also procedurally generated. These maps are all procedurally generated. Oh, I like how I spawned in this little, like, lip, too. So yeah, each one of these is procedurally generated. Like zones here, basically. So I am in a zone called the Agate Peaks. So you can see some zone information up here at the top. Agate Peaks, next to Ironwood Crossing and Ironwood Highlands. Twilight Bastion, the Forgotten Temple of Xylos, the Orphan's Home of Care, Verdant Hollow, the Shield of Courage, the Land of Vampires, ooh, Goblin Market of Green Gristle, the Witch's Coven of Magic. So these are all like kind of AI generated names for each zone. Ideally, they're all going to be like different biomes and be quite interesting, you know, distinct. Have different storylines, different quest lines, AI generated quests, destructible terrain. So hopefully that'll be really fun. I hope that'll be really fun. I have dynamic tree chopping. So these are all static meshes, but then when the axe connects with them, if my animation doesn't suck, it'll actually chop where the axe connects. And so that got chopped. I have some wood in my inventory now. I got 7 wood from that. But I can keep chopping this terrain chunk, or not terrain chunk, tree trunk. And then I got some more wood from that. I have 11 wood now. And so the wood, you know, you can build things. So I put my 11 wood in there, and then I'll need to keep chopping trees. Nice, and this is Unreal Engine? It is, yes. Does this game have couch co-op, like split screen? Probably not split screen, no. Probably not split screen. But I do hope for it to be multiplayer. So you can play with friends, you know, start a server and play with your friends kind of thing. And so yeah, there's a whole bunch of underground caves and stuff too that you can go explore. Nothing super interesting in them yet. But I will spawn some ore in there, you know, and some monsters a la Minecraft. But yeah, if you were to like stand here and look down, not every terrain chunk is generated yet. You leaning on more survival? More so RPG, less so survival, but definitely have some elements of both. But I'm picturing something like vanilla WoW classes and combat plus RimWorld Colony Sim plus like Hades Roguelite. So if you can imagine what those 3 games combined together look like, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. And so you'll be running throughout the world and interacting with different like NPC ran factions and colonies throughout the world. You'll be building your own, and you'll be leveling up every few levels. I'm not sure what the cadence will be yet, but every few levels you'll pick from like maybe 3 different abilities that are unique to your class. And you'll have to kind of create a build that will, you know, be good. And then you'll need to pick some talents that complement your build. The talents will be static. So that'll be like non-RNG here, no RNG there, but you'll have to pick talents that complement your abilities, which you've gotten through RNG. And when you die, you'll start over at level 1. But your colony will still be there. The world state is still going to be there. So what that means is, like, you know, maybe your colony got attacked while you were gone. And so maybe you come back and some of your colonists are dead, you know, if you didn't set up your colony very well. But if you did set up your colony well, and you had strong colonists who were able to defend your colony, then maybe you just have like a bunch of extra resources to work with when you come back. And so there's kind of like a little bit of meta progression there, a little bit of roguelite meta progression there. And you may have recruited like a really good blacksmith on your last run, and that blacksmith can now make you like really good gear that you wouldn't have had last run, you know? So there's yet again another little form of meta progression there. Depending on how well you do the colony sim will impact how well it'll help you do the RPG side of the game. And then, yeah, I want like faction relations, you know, your base will get raided from other factions and stuff like that, you know. I've heard that if you want multiplayer, you have to implement it in the beginning itself. I mean, you don't have to do anything, right? There's no absolutes. I've heard that recommendation as well. I mean, I've done a little bit of it. I'm trying to get all the foundational systems in the game first before I do multiplayer, because things change a lot during development, and I want to develop faster and not have to worry about multiplayer. So I can figure out what I want to do with the game and how everything works. Like I didn't know anything about Unreal Engine before this. So trying to learn multiplayer along with Unreal Engine, along with C++, along with procedural generation, that would have been a really big learning curve. It already was without multiplayer. So you die, lose what you're equipped with. Yes. For the most part. I think I'll do some system where, you know, maybe you could run back to your corpse and there's a couple items still left on your corpse that haven't been scavenged, you know, depending on how far away your guy was from your base or whatever. So maybe there's a couple items you can recover, but I don't want that feeling of like, oh, I have to run back to my corpse as fast as possible. I don't like that feeling in survival games. That feels like a bad play pattern, because it's like, oh, I don't want my items to disappear or whatever. If not, you have lots of problems in programming. Yeah, I think I have enough experience programming that it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think I know what I'm doing at this point for the most part. Can you train colonists to fight? Do they have levels, abilities, and armor? Yes, all of the above. So yeah, you'll recruit them. They'll have their own class and abilities and talents, and you know, there'll be some colony sim related skills as well. So like construction level, planting level, foraging level, tree chopping, cooking, you know, so like they're all the professions, they'll each have their own levels of that. So you'll need, like, you know, it'll be like RimWorld if you've ever played the game. Here, let me pull up RimWorld, what am I, colonist UI. Let me see here. Something like this, right? Okay, it's pretty fucking blurry, but you have different, like, shooting, melee, construction, mining. There's a passion for mining, so he levels up faster there. Cooking, plants, you know. Then you have different traits, like this guy walks faster than other colonists. He prefers being underground, and so he'll get upset if he's not underground for too long, like if he's out in the open, kind of thing. He's got like some background, so it'll be like this. So you have intellectual, that's for like research. You got medical. I think mine will be slightly different than this, but like the base ones will be there still. So construction, mining, cooking, plants, animals. I think will all be there. Social and intellectual probably as well. So each colonist will have those skill levels as well. Another thing I'm going for is I want the whole world to be running, and not just like faking it or like running a simulation or something like that. Like I actually want, you know, if you've sent colonists to go chop wood, I want them to actually run out and chop wood. And if you build a colony here and you run all the way over to the other side of the world, like, it's procedural terrain. I can't have it loaded at all times. I still want those colonists to run out there and chop wood, right? And so if there's any wolves or bandits in the forest, I want them to get attacked by that. And so hopefully that'll make the world feel more alive. But that presents a lot of technical challenges. And the reason why we see all of these trees and stuff spawned here, the terrain chunk, the terrain is not just invisible, it doesn't exist. There's no mesh there, actually. But my terrain is generated from a series of 3 different compute shaders. The final one is a custom margin cubes compute shader that outputs the vertices and the triangles of the terrain. And so that looks like this. Here's like that raw data that I get for the terrain. And so all these like little triangles you see is a series of 2 different array buffers, right? But I can take those and I can export them to the nav mesh. That's this shaded part here. That's the nav mesh. And so even when the terrain chunk isn't actually meshed and doesn't even have collision or anything, the nav mesh still understands how to render and how to move colonists around on it, even though I don't have any of the colonists rendered. You know, it's just moving them around in memory on the background threads, right? And it works the same for PCG, which is what spawns all my assets and stuff. Like, it knows there's going to be a cave here based on that terrain data, right? So you can see, like, here, there's going to be a cave here. And that terrain data that I have, I can store it in a spatial data structure, like a bounding volume hierarchy, and I can use that as my basis for my collision checks. It's essentially like a way to very efficiently do line traces. Like, instead of having to iterate over every single triangle in the data set, I only need to iterate over a small subset based on the bounding volume hierarchy. So what that means is all my entities, they don't have collision on them. Like, there's no collision, which is normally what you would need to have them on the ground, right? Like, you need them to have a gravity on them, and you need them to have collision so they don't fall through the ground. There's no collision on them. I wrote my own gravity and velocity processors using that terrain data that's stored in a bounding volume hierarchy. So it runs completely on the background thread. Very, very efficient, right? And so that's, again, how I'm planning to run the entire world, or at least as much as possible. So let's see how many entities we have at the moment. Yeah, we've got like 1,500. We've got 1,500 NPCs in the world right now running. Still a lot more work to do there. I'm not completely happy with the movement can be jittery sometimes. You can see he's jittering. When they walk up hills, it's a little jittery. So I need to work on that. His food value dropped. That's funny. His food value dropped down pretty low. So he found a mushroom and I was eating it. But like these guys don't have any logic really. They just have combat. But here's a little bit of combat. Oh, he's shooting me. So they're just kind of wander around, and they're just there for combat at the moment. So those kinds of guys I'll probably turn them off when the player's not around because they don't really do anything. So I don't need to waste CPU cycles on their logic, right? So they don't fully depend on the player to defend them at all times. Right, yeah. And you'll be able to decide like what their logic is. I have some ideas for some like AI roles. I kind of spec'd it out. I have like a you know, a baseline combat AI, but I want to do more with it. I don't know where I fucking put it. Where did I put it? I have so many things here. I really need to let me search for the term role. There we go. AI roles. Yeah, so I want you to be able to basically specify what weights you want for each type of ability, and I'll create some specific roles by default. There's going to be a damage, heals, tank, and support role. And so you can think of something like if they're here's the different ability types I've enumerated on here. You know, melee damage, range damage, AoE, heal, you know, movement related crowd control, or a silence and interrupt, a buff and a debuff, right? And so there's different scenarios where that affect the weights of like when these get decided on, when these get chosen by the colonist. So like increase the weight of the heal when they're low health, right? And if you give them the healer role, like that'll increase the weight even more, right? And so that colonist will more likely choose heals in certain situations. But I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Losing loot is cool. I don't know about equipment. If this tends to be a loot game with random attributes like D2, I would say keep your equipment, lose what's in inventory. That way there's still a risk factor. Yeah, I think one of my gameplay pillars is you can't have your cake and eat it too. And the reason the whole reason I wanted to do a roguelite for this game, it came from playing hardcore WoW. And I realized that playing hardcore game modes, like Diablo 2 also has a hardcore mode, right? And so I realized that hardcore game modes are really just like a long form roguelike. And so I think the game for me is going to be it's very sandboxy, it's very roll with the punches, very high RNG, very much just like trying to do the best with what you've got kind of thing. And so I think the player is going to have the expectation by the time they get there of things being ephemeral, meaning that, like, you know, whatever you get isn't it's not, you can't take anything for granted that you get, because it can all be taken away from you. And I think that that is the same concept of a hardcore playthrough, because you literally there's no meta progression in a hardcore playthrough, right? People still do it all the time, and it creates these really high stakes environments. And for me, playing hardcore WoW, vanilla WoW, a game that I've played for 20 years, right? Playing it hardcore completely changed the game. I looked at the world completely differently, you know, and it really made me want to experiment with a long form roguelite. So like, imagine like a hardcore playthrough, but there's a little bit of meta progression, so it doesn't feel as bad. You know what I mean? And that's what I really wanted to explore, and I think it'll be really fun. And so like the roguelite run, usually roguelites have runs that are like 30 minutes, an hour long, maybe, you know, depending on the game. They can go a lot of different ways, but I want to see what happens when there's a roguelite that a single run can be dozens of hours, right? Because like in vanilla WoW, if you're playing that hardcore, to get to max level, you need like 100 hours, you know? If you're playing carefully, it'll be 100 hours. I think like what is the fastest 1 to 60? It's like, I want to say it was like 60 hours or something like that. So it's a long run, right? And watching the vanilla WoW like hardcore death clips, like that's such good content. You know what I mean? Such good content. And I kind of wanted to just explore that and see what I could do with it and recreate that high stakes environment, but then give the player a little bit back. So I think there will be some form of meta progression outside the colonies. So like, I think there'll be, you know, the simple way to look at it is like, yeah, you collect some currency as you're leveling up through the world, and then when you die, you get to spend it on things like, you know, things that'll make the next run different. Maybe you can spend some to make sure that you get a certain ability next run. Maybe you can spend some to get some more resources or something. Maybe you spend some to just increase your base stats a little bit. So each playthrough you're a little bit stronger, right? And I don't know like how much, that'll affect the gameplay or not. It'll be interesting to play around with. I haven't done any of the roguelite elements yet. So far, just working on the Colony Sim side of things. What I've been working on recently is just getting the colonists to do tasks. I have construction working for the most part and foraging working. And I'm going to work on hauling. That's what I will be working on. But I need to get this like item hierarchy figured out and working correctly, which I don't, it's probably still an infinite loop, right? Like talk to this guy, join my colony. So show inventory. This is probably kind of hard to see, but hang on one moment. But here's like the inventory of the colonist. And so it's a little, make it a little bigger here. But you can see like, this is going to be like what you want to keep on him. Okay, like, you know, if he's a minor, maybe I want to, oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, infinite loop. Sorry, forgot. Infinite loop, sorry. Or is this something else? Yeah, like if he's a minor, you know, hey, I want you to keep a pickaxe in your inventory, you know? What is this? Why are you upset with me? This is null. This does keep happening. Okay, let's do this. If entity subsystem. It's because I do all this on the background thread, which are like, they're threads that can be abandoned, which is why this is an issue. Hopefully that component from object temple. Yeah, I guess that's pretty important. Okay, we'll do that. Rebuild there. So yeah, I'm working on allowed like desired inventory settings is specifically what I'm working on. Okay, let's see here. What time do I have to go to work today? How long do I have? Okay. Another hour, basically. Desired inventory to goal-oriented action planning. I'm not... Nick, I am not sure what you mean by that. Desired inventory is just so like when they're hauling something, because when you go forage, when they go forage for something, they'll put it in their inventory, and then when they need to figure out what in my inventory do I need to take where, and there's going to be like, you may want to have your colonists keep a couple health potions on them, you may want to have them keep some tools on them, right? So they shouldn't haul those things back to the colony storage areas, right? And so I need some way for the player to specify, hey, here's the things that I want you to keep on you. So that's what the desired inventory stuff is about. I ask you a few questions about your career, not trying to mind your business, just wanted some advices to share. Yeah, absolutely. You can ask whatever questions you like. What's your day job? I'm a software engineer. I'm a Swede. Okay, but anyways, let's go back to storage settings here. Let's make sure I wired this stuff up correctly. Now I need to not recurse through children. I need to update children widgets. Let's wire all these back up here. I guess this is kind of self-explanatory now. Update parent widgets. And this way it's not infinite looping through all of them. Kind of self-explanatory now. Let's do that and remove this pin. Okay, let's see how that goes. Actually, storage settings, go back to that real quick. Update children widgets. Yeah, I think that's good. Goal action, GOP means that you do not tell NPCs what to do directly, but tell them goals and they figure out the combinations of steps they have to do to achieve. I mean, probably what I'm doing is somewhere in the middle. Like I do have, I'm planning on kind of 3 different systems to get colonists to do what you want. The first one that I've worked on is just going up to them and being like, hey, do task. And then you can select a task. And then that's like the highest priority thing that they have. So whenever a player directly tells them, hey, go do task, and then they'll select something in the world, right? Then they'll go do it. That's the highest priority thing. What comes after that is that I'm going to have a colony job board that the player can put a queue of things that they want to get done. And this is different from RimWorld. And I think it's necessary because of the third person part of the game. Like I think like a job queue or a job board is a better way for the player to represent what they want done in the colony rather than a list of priorities, which is the third. That's like that's the final thing. Like every colonist will have a list of priorities, just like in RimWorld. So, which looks something like this. I say something like, it looks exactly like this. So this is like a priorities, going from left to right. You know, do all the ones left to right, then do all the twos, then the threes, then the fours. And this is like for each row is each colonist. So magic motherfucker intergalactic quality upgrade. What the fuck? So yeah, this will be like the fallback, right? So if there's nothing on the job board and they haven't been told to do anything, that's what they'll do. And then yeah, each task has logic for how it should be done. But yeah, show me your inventory now. Still infinite loop. Handle item settings change. Inventory handle item settings changed. Okay, I think maybe the infinite loop was coming from somewhere else then. Where is handle item settings changed? Wait, was it not in inventory? Or no, it was in handle item settings changed here. Just called from inventory. Why would this they go here after item to update. Just blanked on where I was at. Update item widget. Update item widget. Parent. Yeah. Okay, where so why and where is the infinite loop happening? Because I'm pretty sure it's not, like I'm pretty sure it has to do with this, right? So if I don't do anything here, we're good, right? Yeah. So it does have to do with that. Yeah, those numbers are completely wrong. Okay, so yeah, it does have to do with this. So I init entry. We go through each child widget, and we init each entry, and then update their children widgets. Merge settings, entry, item, okay. And update parent widgets. Get parent. If it's valid, we update parent widgets. Yeah, so where is the infinite loop? Like eventually there are no more children and there are no more parents. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why there is an infinite loop. Let me get the stack trace for that again, which it didn't seem like there was one. And maybe I can just like step through a little bit. Yeah, let's put a, let's get the UI displayed. Okay, let me put a breakpoint somewhere so I can step through storage settings. Yeah, okay, so let's breakpoint there. Give me the blueprint debugger thingo. Cool. Of course. Of course. Oh my god, I hate it. Thank you, I hate it. And I can't. This is Jesus Christ, of course. Oh, that's so annoying. I know what that crash is from, and it's on my list of things to fix. I'm just not there yet. Not there yet. Okay, let's set that back up again. Okay. Word settings. Okay, the breakpoint is there. Give me the blueprint debugger, please, and thank you. +1. Okay. So now we get to see what happens. We go there. We go there. I think we can just step to next, right? Well, we're gonna go here. What is next? Next is F10. Oh, yeah. Okay, so stop. Yeah. Okay, I know what's happening now. Okay, so let me try on the area panel. I forgot. Okay, area panel. Okay, it works. Yes, it works. Okay. Okay. It works. Okay, so now I just need to not emit a change event. I know what's happening now. Yeah, forgot about it. We're good. We need to not emit a change event here. So set value. I think it's all just in here. All value change on spin box change. Yeah, I hope it's just all in here. Set use item incrementer. I don't think I want to emit a change value, a change event there. So let's do this. Oh, but I need to know if all pressed is true or not. Okay, so we need to have 2 of these basically. There, we'll do something like that. little haggard, but is what it is. Okay, can we get this working properly now is the question. Does this work? Okay, Ellen Windhaven, join my colony, welcome aboard, show me your inventory. Oh my god. Okay, this is getting this one specifically is so annoying. And I have no idea why this happens. I know what can fix it though. And I am going to do a refactor of my ECS system that I wrote. And that should fix this. I don't know why it's trying to garbage collect the transform data from within the state tree. Very annoying. Very annoying. But it didn't update properly. So my code might be wrong, or my update. I think the update is working though. The way I'm doing the updates, based on how the area panel works, I feel like should be working. So I think what I want to do here is then do a breakpoint here. It's looking really cool. Can't wait to see where you take it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I can't wait either. So let me just, I guess I'll put a breakpoint on each of these. And we'll see. See what I actually end up updating it to. So what should be happening is I should increment pickaxe here, and it should add +1 to both parents. Okay, so what do we have here? The item tag is weapon.pickaxe.pickaxe. Beautiful. Increment all should not be true. New value is 1. Increment all should not be true. Regardless, though, it's not working. Are you planning to release a demo or devlog? Don't know. Not that far yet. I don't even have a name for the game yet, so maybe when I come up with a name, I'll make that decision. Previous value 0, delta 1, child tags empty. That does make sense. So yeah, we're not going to do anything about the children. Go to parents. Parent tags is 2, weapon.pickaxe, and then weapon. But for each one of these, see what our parent value got set to 1. So desired inventory items, weapon.pickaxe, weapon.pickaxe.pickaxe. Okay, and then for the next one, well, this should already be weapon.pickaxe. Oh, and then we need weapon in there. Okay. Right. So one more, and then we should have weapon in there. So they all have 1. So the data got updated correctly, actually. So it did not display. It did not display correctly. Non-nerd here. Hey. What in God's green earth am I looking at? You're looking at Unreal Engine. You're watching game development at the moment. I'll give you a little sneak peek here. I'm working on an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with Oh, what the heck is this? This is not the seed that I left on. 478, 479. That was not the seed. Oh my gosh, okay. How did you learn Unreal Engine? Any courses or resources you'd recommend? Yeah, I don't really learn that way. So I don't really have any, I don't like, I dropped out of college, right? I don't, okay, there's the procedural terrain. So yeah, I mean, I just dove in. I mean, it depends on what you want to do, right? Like, I started with procedural generation. So I searched for procedural generation resources. That's how I started learning Unreal Engine. Like, I learned by doing. I don't learn by following a course or a tutorial or anything like that, because for me, that never solidifies any kind of information in my head. I have to use the knowledge in order to actually understand it and have it solidify. So, yeah, I just, depends on what game you're doing, what project you want to work on. Come up with, my advice is come up with a project. Think about what your goals are for game development. Pick a project that will do a good job meeting those goals. And just start breaking it down into the shittiest form of what you want. Into the simplest, shittiest form of what you want. And then just start Google searching for how to make character move. How to, you know, I don't know, just like how to procedural generation, Unreal Engine, C++, you know, things like that. So I learned by doing, and that's, so I don't really have anything specific to give you. I'll be 24th in the end of the year. Couldn't go to a university before. I'm willing to do it now to get a career in a company. I was thinking of doing computer science, and it would still be worth, not because of the, all right, hang on. Where was I? Not because of the investment or time, but because I would always older than the other new professionals. I'll be 29 at the end of the basic course, and doing the post stuff I'd be 32, 35. So I don't know if this reduces my value as a professional. I don't think you should be worried about age. Like, there are older programmers, and there's nothing wrong with this guy stuck in a fucking tree. Oh no. He might have spawned before the tree did, but yeah, the age I don't think is the thing that you should be worried about. I mean, and you don't have to go to college. It is more necessary now than it was when I was learning. Like I learned on my own. I'm entirely self-taught, basically. I think I took a grand total of 3 computer science classes when I was in college before I dropped out, and most of those I didn't even go to. I was a terrible student, actually. But I had just worked on enough projects in my free time. Like I always had a project that I was working on. Always have, for the most part. And so I had a lot of stuff on my resume that showed that I could actually write code, right? And then I convinced someone to hire me, and the rest is history. That was 10 years ago. So you don't necessarily need to go to college, and I don't think you should be worried about like how old you are. And I think the thing that you should be worried about more so is, I mean, AI is what you should kind of be worried about, right? Like if you go to college 4 years from now, the world is going to be completely different because of AI. People are talking about like programmers are going to be out of jobs and stuff like that. I don't think they'll be out of a job, but the job will change in 4 years. It's not going to be the same 4 years from now. AI is just going to more and more take over some of the menial things of coding. And that's not to say that it's not worth learning or anything, but that should be a bigger worry than age, you know. And I'm also just some advice that you don't necessarily have to go to college, although like the market's rough right now, right? The market is rough for new grads, new CS grads. So even if you do go to college, you're not necessarily going to get a job afterwards. So I don't have, you know, if you're sure that computer science is something that you want to do and it's something that you're really interested in, then I think you should do it, right? If it's something that you're passionate about and you find that you have a certain alacrity for it, I think you should do it. But I would encourage you to do as much as you can on your own as well. Like don't wait for college to teach you something. Everything about computer science you can learn for free on the internet. I understand people learn better from having like a structured course sometimes, but I would encourage you to go seek out the knowledge on your own. Try on your own. Make sure you like it. Try to write some code on your own. Try to learn, you know, and make sure you like it first before you're going to dedicate, you know, tens of thousands of dollars to a university and 4+ years of your life to a university. Oxnell, what are you hallucinating right now? Game Master, welcome in. Which best engine you advised to start as start? Oh, what a sentence. Hi, bro. Which best engine you advised to start as start? There is no best engine. Depends on what game you're making. There are too many variables for me to tell you exactly what you should do at all times. You need to research the game engines, figure out what they're good at, what they're bad at, figure out what kind of game you are trying to make, what type of project you are trying to work on. You need to understand what your goals are for the project, for yourself as a game developer. I cannot give you the answer. Unreal Engine, Unity, and Godot are kind of like the big ones right now, so I would probably start with one of those 3. But each of those kind of has its own positives and negatives. It's really inspiring. I'm also trying to make a Souls-like in Unity on my own, but my PC isn't very powerful, so it's been pretty tough. Still pushing through. It's great to see others making it work. Yeah, I think, you know, you could still definitely do game dev, even though your PC isn't that powerful. You may have to like dumb down the graphics a little bit just so you can work on it, and it can just be a temporary thing, right? Eventually, you can get better components for your PC. But, you know, maybe for now, work on the simpler things. Work on the you know, don't write your own ECS system and procedural generation if you don't have a strong enough PC to develop it. But, you know, for a Souls-like, I don't think that needs to be particularly performance intensive unless you're doing really realistic graphics. So, yeah, I would say, what about Unity for RTX 4050? Dude, just download it and try. Download it and try. You can. The answer is right there. You were like an hour away. I don't know how long it takes to download where you're at. You're like minutes away from figuring out the answer to that. You can just go download it right now. instead of taking my word for it. Because how would I know? I don't have an RTX 4050 and I don't use Unity. How would I know the answer to that? I mean, it's probably fine. You can go do that right now and not wait for me. Very, very floaty trees. It's just rolling on down. Oh Lord. Did it make it all the way down in the cave? Oh no, it's there on the ground. I see it. Okay. So yeah, this is my procedural terrain world for my RPG Colony Sim Roguelite game that I'm working on. Underground caves. There's some caves here. Why is there light coming through right here? That does not make sense. That does not make sense at all. Is it available to wishlist on Steam yet? No, it doesn't even have a name. Doesn't even have a name. It's still just called My Project. And all these assets you see are all just placeholder assets. But I suppose that's a good thing that people are asking that. It means it actually looks like a game that's playable. Looks and sounds like a game. Already looks better than Valguard. Yeah. Yeah, the state of AAA games is saddening, right? Avowed and Valguard, Dragon Age, you know. They're so safe, you know? They're so safe that it's a nothing game to me. Like, what did Valguard do that... Did they do anything better than any other game? Did they do anything that hasn't been done before? Did they do anything different than any other game? From what I saw, the answer was no. And I've always preferred sandboxy games better, because I see them as having more longevity. But I would like to marry sandbox and RPG in a nice way. But we'll see how that turns out. Oh, you looking at the view with me? Yes. It's like, alright, I'm done. Put me to sleep, that's what it did? Yeah. Yeah. What is the motive of this game? As in the motive for me making it, or the motive of the player? Definitely wishlist My Project when it's available. Yeah, yeah. Can you show a AAA game you made? I have never made a game before. Why would you assume that I had a AAA game that I've made? I don't... No, I've never made a game before. This is my first game. The motive of the player. Well, it's pretty sandboxy, so it's, you know, the motive will be similar to something like Valheim or Minecraft, right? There's a world, and you know, you get plopped down in it, and then you can choose what you want to do, right? It's an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite. So the motive would be progression for the player, for the roguelite aspects of the game. There could be progression for the colony simulation side of the game. There will be a tech tree to progress through for the colony. There will be levels that you can level up to. I don't know what the max level will be or anything like that. I'm sure I'll have some sort of bosses in the world in some fashion, or some you know, major milestone type challenges. There will be AI generated quests for the RPG side of the game. So you'll get to explore those and pursue those and see where they go. So there will be an overarching story as well. There will be lore. And so it's a sandbox and RPG hard. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do basically, with a little bit of Colony Sim, with some Colony Sim in there. And a basic controller. You need some guns in the game. Oh my god. Are you Mart? Did you change your name to Game Master? It is a medieval fantasy game. There will be no guns. No guns. I made a basic controller for my Souls-like in Unity, but as a solo dev with a low NPC, it's really tough in handling animations, design, rendering, and story. How did you gather your resources? As in my like assets for the game? These are just like free, like fab. Oh, I need to check those, by the way. Free for the week. So fab has limited time free assets. Oh, nice. Look at this. So these are free. So you can get them for free and you have them forever. So all my assets that I have right now are things that I've picked up from things like this. There's also Humble Bundle, if you're interested in paying some money. Mart is back. Yeah, it sounds like it. But I got a lot of my assets from stuff like this. Humble Bundle also has, like, you can get like tons and tons of assets for like a super cheap price. And it goes to charity. So you can do Humble Bundle as well. So if you go to humblebundle.com, go to software, and there's stuff for, here's Unreal Engine Mega Bundle. There's some for Unity too. Sometimes they're Unity and Unreal Engine. But yeah, basically a combination of these two things, right? Pizza restaurant. Yeah, this is all like modern type assets, so this wouldn't really be for me. But yeah, you can get like, you can see what the value of these things are, and you just pay like $30 and you get all of it. And like each one of these is like $200 for all these assets usually, so it's a good deal. It's a good deal. This is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of work to do still. A lot of work to do still. So not even close to, you know, releasing or anything like that. So don't hold your breath. Okay, let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. Okay, so I figured out. What's your AI build been this month? 0. Last month, also 0. Well, at $10 if you want to count GitHub Copilot. That's all I do. And then the AI question generator for the game is like pennies, right? I can work on it all day and pay like 10 cents. Super cheap. Okay, so why aren't these updating? I need to figure out how the values are updated here for that use incrementer, storage settings item, get desired item count. What is you doing? I is making a game in Unreal Engine. That's what you're looking at right now. Oh, and the pressed was wrong too. Oh yeah, they were both marked as pressed. That needs to be unchecked. Yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. And then set value. So we're getting rid of that. Yeah, refresh all these nodes. Wait, seriously? I have to nice, okay. Have to manually refresh them. Thank you, Unreal Engine. From which game engine? Unreal Engine. Okay. Yeah, I'm setting the value of the spin box. So I mean it should be right. It should be right. Let's make sure we're actually like getting there though with the right value. We'll see. Okay. Come here, guy. Who are you? Tamar Stoneheart. Join my colony. Welcome aboard. Give me your... okay, yeah. I can't actually... Okay. We'll see if, incrementing... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. Take that away for a second. It'll be an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. Okay, so the storage settings item. Storage settings widget. Go back. Storage settings widget. Allowed storage settings. Okay, it didn't get updated. Why didn't that get updated? So from the humanoid NPC update desired items. Oh, I need to set it back. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I update desired items, but I'm not setting it back onto the... Yeah, let me go to area panel. Basically need to do this, but for inventory settings. God, this is a mess. Ugh, I hate navigating in blueprints. Yeah, I need to do something like this. Something like this. I guess I should just return the storage settings, which would make it a lot easier. And then I can do this. So we'll update get storage settings item set, or it would be get storage settings widget set desired, or set storage set allowed storage settings. Okay, so yeah, and that's just going to return from there. Okay, so let's go through and update that. Okay, so yeah, I want you to return a copy of the desired inventory items. So that'll be a tmap of F gameplay tag to float. Yes. Return. Just return empty basically for all these. Okay, let's rebuild now. How did you learn to handle the scripting side of things? Doing it all solo seems really challenging. I mean, I've been a programmer for over a decade now. I've been writing code for over a decade, getting paid for it for almost a decade. So, you know, learning a new language is just kind of, you know, I've been doing it for years. So, and the answer to that is the same as the answer I gave as to how did I learn Unreal Engine? I just learned by doing, right? I just learned by doing. I feel you. I also being always learning on my own. I had this huge obsession with game dev, so I learned the whole pipeline for the stuff I wanted to make, C++, the whole Unreal Engine stuff, 3D, but with Blender, and a bit of Godot. Nice. So I was expecting to course computer science to use it as to show some sort of experience after I graduate, even though I'm not willing to game development if it makes sense. And that's because I recall you saying you're self-taught, and I was taking a look at what I saw some companies who are hiring asking, and they always require a degree and past experience. Yeah, I don't know what it's like now. I've never been asked if I even have a degree. I've never been asked. Despite the job, usually the job descriptions say college degree or equivalent experience is usually what the terminology they use. So the or equivalent experience could be a previous job, or it could be working on projects and stuff like that. You know, maybe it's different now and they'll actually ask about it or something. But if you have enough to show on paper, like, and again, it's harder now, so you will need more to show. Is it better to use Python or C++? Neither. Pick the right tool for the job. Sometimes that is Python, sometimes that is C++. There is no always better solution to any problem. Where do I need to go here? Was it inventory? No, NPC character. Yeah. Boom. Okay. Did you also learn 3D modeling yourself? Nope. I'm just using the free assets. Yeah, I'm no artist, and learning that. Doing all of it is going to take way too long. Like, this game is already going to take way too long, even if I don't make the assets myself. So I will likely end up finding someone or paying someone to make some for me eventually. Oh, it works. Okay, that incremented by 2, though. That's not right. That is not right. Minus is also not minusing. Are you developing games in your company too? No, I'm just a software engineer. I don't work in game dev. Okay, so in the NPC here in the entry, I need to make sure the delta get desired item count set value. I think that's why we're not actually directly setting the value here. We're doing another increment for the delta. Get desired item count. Hit the current count. Yeah, why is it delta? Yeah, I shouldn't do that there. I guess I was assuming that it would be 0. I could just set the value to 0 first, though, when I get there, and then it'll be fine. Kind of a weird way to do it. Probably just set it directly anyways. And just rely on it being correct, you know? Yeah, we should just do that. Inbox. Item incrementer. Spin box. Okay. Yay. Oh, it's working. Okay, nice. Okay. Working. Nice. Nice. Ooh, that didn't subtract pickaxe. That should have subtracted pickaxe. Why didn't it? Why didn't you subtract pickaxe? Okay, let's set that up again. Oh, why did that happen? Oh, that didn't increase pickaxe now either. Yeah, if any of it, yeah. Okay. Time to troubleshoot. Okay, so we are going to increment weapon. The child tags, what do we get there? Oh yeah, I guess it wouldn't. I guess it wouldn't. Okay, hang on. Okay, when I subtract here, what do I get? Child tags. Weapon.pickaxe. Just curious, what genre is the game you're making? It's going to be an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. Are you planning to release it? Someday. Yeah, someday. Or is it more of a free/personal project? A little bit of both. If it never gets released, I'm not upset. I just enjoy working on it. But yeah, I would like to release it someday. That day is quite far away, though. Okay, so new value is 0, right? We also, oh, I see. We're only getting the direct child tags. That's what this does. It doesn't recurse. Actually, it should though, right? Hi, GS Ghost, welcome in. How's it going, man? It's going well. I hope you're well as well. What about puzzles and secrets games? What about them? You gotta give me more context to the question, my dude. Are you sure you're not Mart? You sound like Mart. Where would you recommend me to search for jobs to get more informed about some of the general requirements? I mean, just Google. Just Google. Nowhere specific. Steam's approved? Hell yeah. Do you have the link yet? Okay, so I need to recurse through the children. Apparently. Do you like making them? Haven't worked on one yet. This is the only game I've worked on. Yeah, why doesn't this recursively get the children, I guess? So we get item hierarchy tag children. Sorry, this is a hella stupidly question. No, you're good. I'm really lost, just wanting to make sure I wasn't missing something. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. No, you don't have to apologize. You have very valid questions. Current entry. Child tags. Leaf tag children. I feel like I should be adding the... And where am I using this at? Show me, and I know I'm using it in blueprints somewhere. Can you show me, please? Take me there. Okay, I have to go there manually. Okay, UI storage settings. Okay, yeah, we're breakpointed, I forgot. So that's why it's not doing anything. Okay, past that for now. Okay, get item hierarchy tag children. Okay. Right, so I am the one that calls this recursively. Yeah. Okay, so I do need to call it recursively. Kind of want to change the name of that, but don't feel like rebuilding for now. I do. You want me to put it someplace specific? No, post it in chat. IGS Ghost is also a streamer, Unreal Engine streamer on Twitch. He's working on a hunting game, but it's like a hunting game with like kind of post-apocalyptic lore. Like a post-AI world, everyone is dead from pollution and stuff. Kind of lore. The caretaker's lease. Hell yeah. Still animals. Look at that map. It looks sick, dude. How big is your map in kilometers? Oh yeah, dude. Congrats on getting this far. Add to my wish list. Oh, I gotta log in. Okay, hang on. I'll put that in a tab and do that later. That looks sick. You gotta get a gameplay video in there. I know you're probably pretty far away from that, but nice, dude. Congrats. The Caretaker's Lease. Survive alone on Sagewater Island after the quiet collapse. Nice. That's a very intriguing name for what happened. Hunt, trap, and track your prey in a grounded sim where every shot matters and the legacy of unchecked AI haunts the land. I love that. I love that. It sounds sick, dude. How long did it take you to start this project? What do you mean, how long did it take me to start? I've been working on this for over 2.5 years now. Almost 3. I should probably just start saying 3. I think it'll be 3 in like November. And why did you choose this genre? I love Colony Sim games. RimWorld is my favorite game. And World of Warcraft may be my second favorite game, vanilla World of Warcraft. And so I've always, when I'm playing Colony Sim games, I've always wanted to be down in the world alongside the colonists. And there's not very many games that do that, right? I've had this idea for a long time, for years and years and years. But then, after having the idea and not working on it, because I didn't know anything about game development, a game called Medieval Dynasty came out, which is kind of like an RPG colony sim a little bit. So there are games that kind of do it now. But yeah, that's kind of a bit of the inspiration that led me here. Do you have a name of that game already? How long have you created that? If you're talking about my game, I do not have a name for my game yet. It's been a fun one to build. Have you built others? Have you built others? "16 square kilometers. God damn, that's massive. That is a massive map. A nice girthy map there. Okay, so I'm gonna do... I need to write another function to recursively get these. Gameplay tag. Get item hierarchy tag. All children. This is what it's gonna be. And so for each child tag, basically, get item hierarchy tag all children, passing in the world context object and the child tag. And then we return all of them. Is it as easy as that? Hey, you're not going to create the declaration for me. It's very rude of you, writer. Very rude of you. I might as well make it blueprint callable and all that. But I need to do get item hierarchy tag all children. Which make it static. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Let there be love in your heart. As I had my first one was awful. Well, hey, dude, you got to start somewhere. And if you've actually released a game, that's a big milestone. Why not make it in night mod, bro? Not sure what you think this is. I'm not sure what you think game development is. Do you use ChatGPT or any AI tools when you're stuck with scripting or dev stuff? No, usually when I'm stuck, I'm not stuck on the kind of thing that AI can help with. I've just been doing it for long enough that I don't need the help usually. And if I do get kind of stuck on something, it's my own, it's of my own code that AI doesn't really understand, right? Or it's an overarching system. I do use AI for the things I use it for in this project are like the really mathy type functions, like the geometric, like the geometry related algorithms and stuff, like doing like the oriented box to box overlap or a DDA algorithm traversal and stuff, trilinear interpolation. Like the super mathy things are when I just need like a very general algorithm that's been solved a million times over. That's super tedious to write on my own, like a trilinear interpolation. That would be the kind of thing that I would reach for AI for, because you can just like one shot that pretty easily. But for the most part, I do it myself. For the most part, with autocomplete. As I had my first one was awful, my second one not so bad. Oh, you have two previous ones. I made a playtest for my dream game last year. This year this started as a project to see what I could do in 9 months. I'll put a playtest out by October to show off what I've gotten done in 9 months. That's crazy, man. See, here's a guy who's actually picking a game that can get released in a reasonable time frame. Couldn't be me. AI can't help me with code, lol. It can help me with some things, but my code is too complex. Yeah, it's every time I see people like vibe coding and stuff and talking about how successful it is and how easy it is, I always question like what type of projects they're working on, right? Ludus AI has started generating UE blueprints. I'm interested in that. I think I've seen that. I think I saw that on Reddit or something. Half chilling programming, basically. Basically. But yeah, like anytime I try to vibe code like at work, which they're like, telling us to do now, like our code base is like a 6+ years old code base with like a lot of very, very specific business logic in it. And it's just like, I have to, like, I cannot prompt by behavior. I have to prompt by implementation. So I can't just say, hey, I need this behavior from the application. If I do that, it will literally never get it right. It'll never get it right if I do that. So I have to prompt by implementation, meaning I have to say, okay, put this logic in this function over here, connect that to this function in this file over here. I have to be very, very specific, and I have to hold its hand to get it to, and even then, sometimes it doesn't do it right. So at that point, I might as well just do it myself, So, and that's in like I said, a very mature code base with a lot of really specific business logic in it. And so when I see people like vibe coding these like software as a service apps and shit, like, I'm like, dude, you're not making a tool that's useful, really. Like, I don't think that it has any longevity as a useful tool. And from what I've seen, the longer people vibe code or work on a project, the harder it gets to vibe code, because yeah, that's the nature of the beast. I think it's great for like getting a starting point, right? Generating a proof of concept, even great for that. And when you're starting from zero, the vibe coding can be super helpful. But when you have an established project with a lot of very specific systems and logic in it, it's not going to do a very good job. And if you're just entirely vibe coding and not even understanding what the code is doing, you're trading time, right? You're borrowing time from the future, right? Because in the future, you will if you're making a product or an application that is large, and it's not just some script tool or something, which AI can be great for as well. If you're just making like a little tool or something, your project is gonna get to a point where it's complex and it has a lot of specific logic systems in it. You're not gonna understand it. So for me, AI is much more useful in the autocompletes. Like the autocomplete we have at work internally is the best I've seen. And I've said this before, but I can basically autocomplete entire test files now for the most part. And it's really fucking nice. It's really fucking nice. And to me, that's more useful as with the way I develop, more useful as an AI tool. Because the way I develop is, Like if you need to prompt by implementation to vibe code, then you have to understand everything of what you need to do up front. And I know a lot of people are like that when it comes to programming, where, you know, and especially at my company, like there's a fetish for design docs. And so it's literally like figure out everything, you know, do this big heavy process up front, take weeks to design and everything before you write a single lick of code. That's not typically how I like to develop. I like to be more iterative in it so I can figure out what works and doesn't work quicker. You know, start small and keep iterating on it, that kind of thing. So for me, in that style of development, vibe coding is not good for that, because you need to figure out what you're doing ahead of time before you even write any code to tell it how to write the code, right? So it's not that useful to me. It's not that useful to me. And, you know, maybe we'll get to a we will probably get to a time in the future where you can prompt code, and that there very well may be a future where we don't really interface with code anymore because the AI is so good at it. But it's not there yet. We're not there yet. But yeah, I write code by being iterative. I figure it out as I go. I write little bits of code here and there to kind of solidify the process in my mind as to like how things connect together, how things work. And yeah, I make mistakes all the time. I go back, oh, I didn't do that right, I got to rebuild, stuff like that, you know. That's just how I do it. That's just how I do it. Cut down on noodle time, but yes, AI code is garbage. I really get shit that works out of the box. Yeah, I mean, the more general the thing you're looking for is, the better it is at it, right? AI's power is in statistical averages and auto-completion. So, like I said, like for the super general algorithms that have been solved a million times over, like your leak code questions, your geometric equations, stuff like that, like great at that. But those are really general algorithms, right? So whenever you're trying to actually do something and make something useful or make something fun, you need to do specific things, which AI is not as good at. Spend more time trying to cram its borderline useless text into my project. Yeah, I mean, like for me, it's like coming up with the perfect prompt and the perfect context, and then having to review the code afterwards, only to end up feeling less confident in it than if I had written it. Even if it does save me time, it doesn't save me, first of all, that much time. And second of all, like I said, I'm not that confident. I'm not as confident in the code. I don't understand it as well as if I would have just written it. So it's like the few percent faster that it is, you know, again, for a complicated project, it's just not there. It's not useful. And when my job is to understand the project, understand the code, and know how things work, like vibe coding ain't it for that. I have one that can generate UE blueprint, but I would rather it debug for me. It's messy. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what kind of, because I've seen that you have to like copy and paste like the blueprint text or whatever. Which AI do you think writes the best code? None of them or all of them. I don't really think they're that much different at this point. Like they're all quite good, if you want to call them good. Debug is going to be the biggest win. As projects become more and more complex, debugging has as well. I regularly spend a whole day rooting out complex blueprint and C++ gameplay issues. I don't know. I haven't found it that useful for me in my use cases. I haven't tried it in Unreal Engine, but I have not had it give me very good debugging tips or like, look here, the problem is here kind of things. Like, and the thing is like this is not the AI that the science fiction writers of the 80s came up with. This is not the super intelligence that we were probably all expecting. This is like, I've heard the term AJI. It's artificial jagged intelligence. And it's jagged because it's not always right, and it's not a linear correctness. There's sometimes that it's really right, and there's sometimes that it's really wrong. It's really inconsistent. And for that reason, I'm not even going to trust what debugging tips it gives me. Like, sure, maybe it can point me to the right location sometimes, you know, and it can be quicker than if I did it. But then I'm trading the understanding, right? I'm trading that understanding of the project off to the AI. If it just tells me where to look, and, you know, like half the time it's probably not going to be right the first prompt, you know? Half the time it's not going to be right. So I'm just trading understanding, which in the long run isn't good. It isn't good to trade the understanding to the AI. The outsource, you're outsourcing, you know, which we know how that, what kind of product that results in. AI is great if you can be very, very, very specific with things or stuff that's super simple, but all in all, I use it to rubber duck more than anything. Yeah, I think it's you know, some of the things it excels at are inspiration, right? Tried writing a country lyric yesterday with the AI. I had to do a lot of the back and forth, so yeah, I'm not scared. Yeah, the thing I'm scared of is how people are treating it. I'm scared of the societal implications. I am scared of the way executives are treating it who haven't written code in 10 plus years, you know. I am scared of the economics behind it. Am I scared of it replacing me? No, I'm scared of being laid off because the company thinks that it can replace me, you know. That's more so what I'm scared of. I'm also scared of people like, first of all, like it's only been like how many years since GPT 3.5 has been released? 2 or 3? And people are already like using it for everything, right? Like the number of times I've had people come in on YouTube Shorts and be like, just use AI. Like the second I need to figure anything out for more than a second, just use AI. I'm like, God damn, man, you are not gonna grow up with very strong critical thinking skills if that's your mindset. And people use it for like non-problem solving things too. They use it for just like emotional support and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they use it for like, and again, the AI, even if it becomes a super intelligence, it is a statistical average, right? Like it's a trained statistical average of the totality of human knowledge. Like, do we want to get more average? Do we want to get more generic as a species? I don't think I do. And again, for things that I don't care about, that I need to get done, sure, AI is great for that. But when I'm trying to like be creative, when I'm trying to make something useful, if I'm trying to learn, you know, there's no point in using AI because that's just, again, a glorified pattern matching brute force autocomplete. Even if it is a super intelligence, right? Even if we get to that kind of state where it's no longer inconsistent about it, it is still just going to output some sort of average that it thinks is the proper response to the input tokens. When will it be ready to test by players? Ask me again in 5 years. Future as a game developer is being a tech artist. Wild how that happened. Ludus's direct integration into UE for blueprint debugging, which is why I'm interested. Is it free? Can you try it out for free yet? Or you gotta pay for it? The more you know about the code, easier it is to understand the future. Yeah, and that's what I mean by like you're trading time. You're trading time in the short run. There will be a point where you need to understand the code. Because that's the job of a software engineer or a developer, is to understand the thing that you're working on, understand its capabilities. Treating AI as a clown, fun to look at, but not very practical to use. Yeah. And it's like, if there's anything that you feel like is worth doing, it is like the antithesis to use AI for it, right? Because if you think it's worth doing, then you should do it yourself. Don't trade your brain for AI. Agree. Big agree. Don't we all just say what we think the answer is, though? Yeah, but we are expressing ourselves, right? Like we are all like you. Yeah, we might be the same as AI, right? Deep down, where we're just stochastic parrots in some way. But we are all individually trained models in that regard. We are all unique in that regard. AI is not. A single model is the average of human intelligence. And so when we say what we think is the answer, we're expressing ourselves and what our internal weights are that we've been trained through genetics, through nature, and through nurture, right? Humanity is about expressing yourself, right? And AI is the antithesis of that. So yeah, if you don't care about doing something and you just need it done, sure, use AI for it. But if you're trying to express yourself, if you're trying to be creative, if you're trying to enact a vision, if you're trying to make something useful, you should do it yourself. For many reasons. I still didn't decrement pickaxe there. Okay, I gotta hop off though. I gotta hop off here. Dang, that's some nice philosophy. Yeah, I know. I've thought about this a lot. I used to think that I think the really cool uses of AI are actually the narrow models, and that's what I thought the future of machine learning was going to be. Because like we've had machine learning models coming out for a decade now about like, you know, finding brain cancer, you know, like 20% faster or earlier than, you know, a professional can. And it's a model that's specifically trained for that. Like, I think that's really fucking cool. And I'm glad that's what DeepMind at Google is doing. They're still releasing these narrow models that can come up with organic materials, that can find cancer and brain scans and stuff like that. I always thought that was really, like, really cool use of AI. And I don't really think this LLM super intelligence is very cool. Like, I mean, for lack of a better term, it is slop, right? It's the statistical average, which is just not interesting, right? It's not interesting. Been in UE forever. I'm just a single man tech art team supporting 20 plus devs, so I could use all the help I could get as I look towards the next 3+ years of workflow development for my next project. Yeah, I mean, I think more and more of the boilerplate and the you know, the repeatable tasks and stuff will be taken over by AI. You know, like the junior level stuff. But it'll be interesting to see what happens to all the veterans of all the different industries impacted by AI, you know, 10, 20 years down the road, you know. Are we going to be fixing everyone's fucking mess because there's no up and coming juniors that understand how to do anything? Time will tell. Time will tell. Yep, I don't have money for a junior, but I need one. Yeah, I mean, hey, ChatGPT, great junior programmer, you know. I like using LLMs, but I use it more as a sidekick that I talk to in order to get other perspectives, not as a co-pilot. For this, it works well. Yeah, I think it's great. Like I said before, I think it's great for inspiration and stuff. There have been some times where I've used it for that as well. But I think, like, and this is what I mean, like, people are like using it for everything, and this is the kind of the thing that scares me more than just the AI itself, is how people are using it and how people are relying on it. Like, I think people are going to be starved for human connection and not realize it. Because usually, Marcus, that's the kind of thing that you might hit up your friend who's in game dev and spitball with him, you know, and then you both become inspired from that conversation. It's a trading of ideas. It's a marketplace of ideas, instead of hitting something that returns the statistical average of whatever the prompt is, right? So yeah, I think it's great for that. If you want to see how other, you know, figure out how other things are typically solved, it's great for that. But there's going to be this exchange in the marketplace of ideas that probably dwindles a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see how humans interact when there's an entire generation that has grown up with AI, you know, which I think we're already seeing, which is very quick, very quick. We're already getting in their games, lots of new candidates with zero fucking clue what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing. Like, of course, I see people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I don't know if that's just because, like, I have a different perspective now, and like I was that guy, you know, but I didn't feel like that guy because I, you know, Dunning-Kruger. or if it, you know, the skill level is decreasing. We opened a junior tech environment artist position, got 200 plus applicants, and only maybe 5 were seriously considered. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, you know, looking at those, I would be interested, there's no way to tell, but I would be interested to see what that ratio was, you know, 5 years ago versus now. If that's changed dramatically or not. True, maybe I'm just super jaded. Yeah, that's I don't know if I'm jaded or I'm just on the other side of the fence now or what. I can't upload the entire project to my friend's brain though. No, but you talk to him about it. You talk to him about it. Yeah, it's not as quick of an answer, but you rubber duck more to your friend, right? You tell him about the project. You tell him the parts that you maybe have taken for granted and haven't considered. Rubber duck programming is a thing for a reason. And it's because you're explaining the project to someone who doesn't know anything about it. That helps you go back over assumptions that you may have missed. So yeah, it might take longer, but there's benefit to be had there on both sides. They can get inspired from your project, and you can, they say like you have the best understanding you can have for something is when you teach someone it, because then you have to go through the whole life cycle of the knowledge, right? We have the same problems even with seniors. Hey, I routinely don't know what I'm doing, but I know that. And so I can work with that. You know what I mean? Lots of junior devs skated through COVID, now have 5 years experience. Yeah, COVID was crazy. The hiring spree that happened there was very interesting. Very interesting. I think is why we're seeing such heavy layoffs to this day, because of the overhiring that happened during COVID. My wife will sit with me while I shower or cook and just listen to me ramble. Oh, God bless that woman. That woman's poor soul. But yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta get to work. Got a meeting coming up soon. So let me find you guys someone to send you over to. What are we feeling? What are we feeling here? Games overhired 30-40% during COVID. Yeah, same with software. Same with the tech world. Glad I got my daily dose of a drong. Yeah, some nice morning drong for you guys. Let's see. Who are we? Let's go with Zed Shaw. I'm gonna send you guys over there. Everyone on Twitch, we're going over to see Zed Shaw doing a game, making his own engine. A little retro dungeon crawler in C++. So yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope to get some nice long streams in this weekend. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and maybe I'll see you this weekend. Yeah, take care. Have a nice day, everyone.